Now we got an intro now.
Yes, because we definitely will be in somebody's business.
Welcome y'all to another Let's Get Into It. And how you doing today, Mace?
Doing a little good, a little stiff around the neck, you know.
Mm-hmm. But
I hope nobody don't think I had an accident. No.
You look good. You look good. I just be coming on here with a
Thank you. How are you? How's the beard?
It's doing what it's doing. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna cut it or not.
I'm gonna just trim it a little bit, you know. Don't take too much off the top.
Not too much.
Not too much.
I'm not gonna do that, but it's kind of been a sort of dry week, but it's still a lot to talk about. It's a few crazy stories that we
have. It was very slow but eventful. It was an eventful week.
It was eventful. So when something happened, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was, to me, everything that happened this week was kind of something that'll take you, it was like shocking.
Yeah.
But the first story that we're going to do is not really all that shocking if you know the details behind it.
Mm.
So the first story that we're going to talk about is Kerrion Franklin.
Mr. Kerrion.
Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Kerrion Franklin is the son of Kirk Franklin. And not too long ago, I want to say it was it a year ago? Or
yeah, it's about a year ago when he came out, when Kerrion hit the scene and we started to get to know a little stuff about him.
I'm talking about when he tried to release that tape of Kirk Franklin cussing him out for sympathy, but it actually backfired on him. I'm talking about that.
That's what I'm talking about as well. We got to know a little bit about him, about what he would do, because that tape told a lot.
And after this story, I can completely understand. Well, even back then, I think a lot of us cut Kirk Franklin a lot of slack for it, because you don't know what's going on in that household. You don't know what's going on with him personally, for him to, do that, say that, those things to his son. Because we've all been yelled at by our parents before and cussed out by our parents, most of us. So he put that out for sympathy. He tried to make his daddy look bad, but he ended up looking bad. So lately, the latest story is Kerrion was driving in Beverly Hills. He was pulled over because he had a broken taillight. So number one, you in Beverly Hills, of course, that you're a black man. They are going to be watching you, and you got a broken taillight. Not in this town,
right?
Not in the hills. So they pulled him over for the taillight, and then they begin to run the tags. As they're running the tags, they find that the car that he's driving belongs to a dead woman in Texas. I believe she's from Texas.
Yeah, she was from Texas.
So now this raises questions of how did you get this car? How
Not to mention the banga they found in the car.
And they found a gun in the car.
Oh, we can't say that.
Allegedly. Oh, we can't say that word?
I think we can't. I'm not too sure, but let's just call it the pow-pow.
The pow-pow.
Before we continue on, let's just acknowledge our people in the chat. I can't really see you now. I got to put my face into the camera, but can you see who's there?
I see. I want to say.
Is that Jay Rucker?
Jay Rucker, who's
always Jay Rucker. Yes.
PC Banks, Cleopatra, Cha-Cha, Yvette. Thank y'all for joining us, and please share your opinions on this stuff that we're talking about.
Yes. Because
we got some juicy topics tonight. So Kerrion was found with this dead woman's vehicle. He had a weapon. I think we can say weapon.
We'll find out.
we wasn't told nothing, so we just gonna have to go by faith and not by sight. But they found this in his car, and so now you're looking at major charges if they can find evidence that you allegedly was involved with this dead woman.
This is crazy, but recently just start watching the Bad Boys Club, looking into his eyeballs.
You can tell he's unstable. Like,
I don't know, but I get personally like he's a little bit of manipulative, mm-hmm. And
You think he killed this woman and stole her car and went across country?
Well, I don't know, but let's bring up the fact about the other gentleman. I think his name was CJ, who exposed him. See, this is how when we heard the tape of him saying that his father, you're playing the music of my abuser. You know, the guy CJ, I believe, revealed that. And I believe I was watching the Armand Wiggins show. I like his show. Very good commentator. So, and then CJ comes up dead. I believe they said it was an overdose. I'm not too sure. I'm like, I hope he wasn't getting with him, because if he was, I hope he hit him with the battery acid.
Allegedly, you know, that draws up a lot of suspicion. Like people around you keep showing up dead. Are you Ghost? Are you Tyree? What you trying to do? Because everybody around you keep showing up missing, and you showing up with people's cars. So this is an ongoing story. We're going to
and I believe he's spoke. I believe they say he was in contact with Larry Reed. He had Larry Reed, that he's in contact with Larry Reed. I believe it was that Larry Reed was paying for his therapy, that he was undergoing therapy.
I thought his dad was paying for his therapy.
No, I believe he was in contact with Larry Reed.
Well, he needs some more, but he ain't gonna get it because they're not gonna release him. Because it's hard enough being a black man in this society, and then you got all this stuff piling against you.
And he was trying to say, I believe the Benga was planted, but I need the ballistics. I need to know how this woman was killed. I need to know, was it hands? You know, did she have fingerprints around her throat area, around her jugulars, or did she was she? You know, was that the weapon in question? Like, I'm gonna need ballistic reports. I'm gonna need fingerprints. You know, I'll be watching ID channel. Like, I think, put me on the case.
Do a ballistic report, and they can compare it to the guns that was used in the alleged murder. So, but the thing is, you were driving the car. So, how do you explain that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to know where did he get the car from? Because even if he purchased the car and the car was stolen by someone else, it should be a paper trail. It should be some type of paper trail stating that, and they would have been able to find that out by now, I believe.
Right. Like,
so even the fact that he's still being held is questionable.
He's still being held because he's being held, but Courtney Taylor isn't. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. He's in jail. Trust and believe he's gonna be in jail, but Courtney Taylor's out at the bar getting her a margarita. But
at happy hour too, she was getting a discounted margarita.
Let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead, since we're talking about it. Let's talk about Courtney Taylor, who I didn't even know who she was until this story. Did you know who she was?
No, I didn't.
Allegedly, apparently she is a OnlyFans star who was dating this guy. Both of them are problematic. I'm gonna just say that, even though he's the victim and he's dead. Both of them are problematic, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, so, this is a sad story. This is crazy, but rest in peace to him, first of all, and you want to send our condolences to his family.
So a few days ago, this girl, Courtney Taylor, allegedly stabbed her boyfriend to death. Called the police. When the police got there, she still had the blood on her, because I did see a video of her being put into the back of the truck, and she still had blood on her. She had on some shorts and a baggy t-shirt, and you could clearly see there was blood on her. She stabbed this guy to death. I don't know what's going on, because I wasn't able to find anything where she has been detained. She was released, I guess, the same day, and she's out enjoying the rest of her life. Like nothing happened. And
it's the margaritas.
And she's out here having margaritas.
At Tequila Tuesday. It's Tequila Tuesday for me.
And people are getting outraged because they see her out here, living her best life after she just killed somebody.
Yeah, and they're seeking justice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll videotape her right now.
So I thought I was showing the actual video of her. Let me see. Is it on there? So let me show the video of her getting confronted at the bar, getting a drink after a few days after you killed somebody, just chilling. Just what we do.
Yeah, and they're seeking justice.
Sir?
Yeah,
What?
let's all videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed her boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. He's white too. Yeah, okay, cool.
So the reason why I say that they're both problematic is because he, in the past, because once this murder happened, people are going to dig up your past.
Right.
They found out that he said a lot of negative stuff about Black women in general, not Black people, but Black women.
Mm-hmm.
He was comparing Black women to white women, saying white women are better. White women, he even said, I don't know if I can say the word, but he was saying white women breasts look better than Black women. Stuff like that, stupid stuff. So he's problematic in thinking that he got a prize and now he's.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you ask for things that you don't want to get, and this is just a sad situation. As soon as I heard about the tweets that he said and all the negative things that he said against Black women, I just was thinking about that Dave Chappelle show with the white supremacist, the Black white supremacist. And I was like, it's not funny that this man passed away. Trust me, I'm not laughing at his death and at this murderer. But I was just wondering, like, were they in a heated argument and he called her N-word lover? Did he call her N lover because she was dating him and she got mad and stabbed him?
That's telling, but I promise you, whatever it was not worth it.
It wasn't.
9 times, whatever it was not worth it. But I'm mainly concerned about how some people can outright kill people, have blood on them, and be able to walk out like it's no big deal, go to the bar the next few days later and just have a drink.
Let's be clear, not people.
Yeah.
People of persuasion dissent can get away with that, because if that was the other shoe around, I do believe if that was a Black woman and it was a white man and she stabbed him down to death and she was down there at Hennessy Wednesdays just drinking it up with her father, taking shots of the hen dog bat, it wouldn't have happened at all.
We just did the story with Kerrion. Kerrion is in jail as we speak.
Right.
We're about to do a story on Tim Norman. He's still in jail.
As he needs to stay in there with his
he needs to stay in there. I'm not saying
thick thighs. I knew he was up to no good with them thighs. Those thighs could only lead to no good.
They say hips don't lie.
Them hips was spinning. Them hips was doing. There was a mentarosa. It was all types of stuff. Them hips was lying.
Them hips was lying the whole time. So with this case, I find it unfortunate that he died, but I think we also got to stop putting certain people on a pedestal and thinking they're so much better and grander than what you are used to or what you want. I don't know, but I just feel like it's not a good look the way he was talking bad about Black women specifically and comparing them to white women and saying white women are better. And she even went on interviews saying, I only date Black guys. So I saw that. Guys. She only dates Black guys. He don't like Black women, and he only dates white women. So I guess it's match made in heaven, right?
Like I said, she could have been for the people. You never know. She could have been the power to the people. And he said the wrong thing. And
whatever it was, I promise you it was not worth it. He is dead with stab wounds, and you're just, your life could potentially be ruined. Because she is of persuasion, she has the possibility of getting out of this. She can get out of this a little bit easier than other people would. So that's the thing with that.
But do you think it brings up the fact, do you think that if it was a white male that she killed, would she be in jail?
If she killed
if it was a white woman and her the boyfriend was a white male, would she be in jail? Ooh, that rhymes.
It's hard to say. I feel like even with white on white crime, which y'all act like doesn't exist, but actually exists, um, a lot of times people still get away with it. I've seen ID channels where people have gotten away with stuff for years,
Mm-hmm.
and the only reason they get caught is because they confess,
Right.
So people cover for other people that they want to cover for. So, and they, discard others. So I'm not boasting in the fact that he was killed. I feel like it's horrible, but I do feel like you kind of put yourself in a position to be in danger.
Or, yeah, you put yourself in a position not even to be in danger, but when this stuff happens, does the Black community really, are they going to really go up for him?
Nobody's going to go up for him. So, but she does need to be in jail though.
She does, because she did commit a crime. Like, she did commit murder. She took someone's life, and she does deserve to be at the least arrested, like the same day you had Tequila Tuesday or the next day. Like, girl, no remorse.
I can't imagine having that kind of privilege where I would feel comfortable after I killed somebody and with all the evidence on me to just go and,
But you know what that is? I call that is caucasity. That's what that's called. It's caucasity.
I can't imagine having that type of.
It's Caucasian audacity. It's called caucasity.
It was, and the only reason you got upset is because people were calling you out at the bar.
Right, because you at the bar, girl. You could have got a bottle of Jose and chilled in your room. Like, you could have took shots in your room. Like, if you wanted to drink, I'm not going to be out in public just sitting there knowing that I just killed somebody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to pull her out of a lineup. I didn't know who she was.
Until the Wake Up White, a murderer, and at Tequila Tuesday?
Is she a YouTuber? I thought she was a YouTuber, but they said she was an OnlyFans model. Is that what we calling it, model?
Modeling? I don't know if that's modeling, but hey, okay.
Okay, we're going to move on from that. So that's the developing story. Hopefully in the next few days, she gets arrested because she needs to be in jail.
Yeah, send her to prison.
The next story, this is going to be messy, y'all. And,
I got to get my messy. It's messy.
It could be messy. But we're going to have to talk about BENZINO and Shauna Brooks.
Oh, yes. I had to pull out my fake cigarette for that one.
So this came out a few hours ago. So I don't know the details because this is just coming out. Shauna Brooks released multiple tapes of. I don't want to laugh. Don't make me laugh. I didn't post all of the tapes because it's super, super messy. I just posted like one, but she released multiple tapes.
Do you think that Stevie J is somewhere shaking in his boots?
Probably because
she probably got the tapes of him too.
Stevie J and
allegedly
and him used to run together real close.
Yeah, but I had heard that allegedly him and her used to run together as well.
Who, Shauna? Mm-hmm. So allegedly this rumor came out a while ago, but allegedly BENZINO denied it, and he talked a lot of crap about Shauna Brooks publicly, and he talked a lot about the gays, saying that they was going to hell, and he said this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. And then he also said when he found out that his daughter was trying to lean towards that direction.
She probably already is there.
Yes, he said that this is not in his family. He don't know where she learned this from because no one in his family is gay. I did not know that just because no one in your family is gay, that someone cannot be gay. I did not know that. That was the most ignorant statement I ever heard in my life.
I think he just wants, he's a clout chaser. So, and then, not too long ago, he was seen coming out of a motel.
Well, he wasn't seen coming. Let's be clear. He was being seen. He was seen waddling out of a hotel because that waddle told it all.
So I should have had that clip of Janice. Oh, you remember in For Color Girls when she said, "So you doing the bending?"
Yes, he was definitely doing the bending. He was definitely, and this is probably his first. He was trying it out because the way he waddled out that hotel, he was upset. He tried that, he liked it.
I'm gonna find that clip and I'm gonna post it. So, like I said, Shauna is a transgender actress or personality. Like I said, she released several videos of. I guess she taped her and BENZINO conversation. Seemed like they was in a relationship.
Yeah, it seemed like they were not even in a relationship. It seemed like they had something obviously going on, and that this was his first time, experiencing this type of feeling, and he didn't know how to handle it. That's what I got from it.
So I'm gonna play the clip, the one clip that I posted about this situation. Why can't you understand that?
Hey, thick girl.
You can never look bad. Because in this world, you ain't doing nothing wrong. It would be wrong if I did. Can't you get that through your head? You're not looking bad, Shauna. You're looking like a fucking chick. Hey, it's just a chick and she trying to fuck with a nigga. I'm looking wrong because what the fuck are you doing trying to fuck with a transgender? Why can't you understand that? So the other thing about this is problematic as well.
Cola Ray is just somewhere like, I can't get a break somewhere.
This is problematic because a lot of transgender women are being killed.
Yes.
For either you're not telling your true identity, or you're exposing people. Because it was another lady that was killed after she exposed two guys, and she was killed. I think it was in Chicago.
I think it was in Chicago. The lady who she was the guy at owed her. She wanted some money and was trying to extort him.
Right.
And
she was trying to extort him for money.
She was trying to extort him and trying to call him out because she walked in. She said she left her phone in the apartment. Mm-hmm. She left out the apartment. Then she came back in, snuck back in, and she caught two gentlemen in an act.
In an act.
And then she went back and she thought that this guy, because he was, I guess, a big time dealer in that area, or whatever, and she thought he had some money, so she started calling and threatening him like, "I'm gonna expose you," blah 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 blah. And then he caught her at the traffic light. She was found. That's crazy, but to see, this is the whole thing. It's just sad because a lot of times, a lot of the T girls get killed. And the men know who they are from the beginning. They're just so
they just don't want nobody else to know. They don't want nobody else to know.
Yeah, it's about their self. And after they do the act, they start to feel dirty. Oh my God, what did I just do? So now, in order for them to feel clean again, they have to get rid of the person that they did the act with.
No, it's revenge. It's revenge.
This is who you are. And it's so sad with the churches and the Black community. Like, a lot of Black men too, they can't be who they really are. So they go around and do stuff like this, like BENZINO on the phone crying, you know what I'm saying? And then later on, it's going to turn to anger.
He's going to be upset with her. And that's why I said she's putting herself in danger, because a lot of transgender women do this. I'm not going to say all, but a lot do this as far as exposing people. They done expose Bobby Valentino the same way, Young Buck. And 50 Cent is already making jokes about this.
Yeah, that's where I was like, 50, what are you talking about, 50? Curtis, what are you talking about now?
50 Cent still won't let up on Young Buck. He still talks about Young Buck all the time. And so, and Young Buck basically came out and basically said how trash 50 Cent was and how he kept him from getting his money and all this other stuff. But that's a whole nother topic. But she's putting herself in danger because he might want to retaliate, or somebody in his family might want to retaliate against her. It is messy to expose somebody in that way.
But she usually is not an exposer, because I did see. Did you ever see her ID channel show? She had a show on ID channel.
On the ID.
She had an episode. It was called. I think it was something about how the exposure, like something that you knew and you could tell because she was out there. Her mother was on the show, and it was like a little docu-series.
Was it ID channel?
The ID channel, yeah. I think you probably could look it up. Shauna Brooks on ID channel. She had it was an episode. It was a series, and one of the episodes was about her. And it's about her life and how she was saying how she deals with basketball players, rappers, actors, and such and such. And someone was offering her money or something to expose somebody. And she was sitting down with her mother telling like, I don't know if I'm going to do it, such and such and such. And her mother was kind of skeptical, like, And so she was saying that she would rather not say because she didn't want to end up dead.
I think you're putting yourself in danger. It's so many transgender women who get killed every year because of stuff like this. It's really messy. And I think what was happening was they were having this undercover relationship and she wanted to, I guess, go public and he wanted to keep her in the background and she feeling some type of way. So I'm just go ahead and expose him. But now I feel bad for business.
Oh, you mean to say when he waddled out that hotel room, he was actually cheating on her?
I'm not going to say there was in a full-fledged relationship.
But this is probably off topic. But Shauna Brooks is very well endowed.
I didn't know.
No, she's very well endowed.
Was co-stop.
Yeah, that's what it was because she was doing escorting, and she was escorting with a lot of basketball players and a lot of people of the upper echelons and stuff like that. And she was saying they would offer her money to expose these people, to give names.
So she still has it?
And she said that she wouldn't give the names. At the end of the episode, she decided not to give the names and not to expose these people because she said, I don't want to wind up dead because these people have a lot of connections. I could end up dead and people wouldn't even know why I'm dead, Mm-hmm. So that's really hard.
Yeah.
On one hand, she should be able to love who she want to love freely. On the other hand, a lot of these men, they're still in the closet.
Pick somebody who's out there. If you want to be out, then pick somebody who's out. Don't pick somebody on the DL and then you want to expose him and think that y'all gonna be together. That's not gonna happen.
But it probably was after she saw that video when he waddled out the hotel room. She probably was like, he out. And especially when he was down to the car, he said, if this was a white couple, you wouldn't do this.
I'm sure she's going to be doing interviews about this. I'm sure Tasha K is going to try to sniff this out and get her over there, or she's going to be on Red Table Talk. She's going to be somewhere.
I don't need her. Tell her stay away from that red table, but she definitely could go down to one.
Speaking, well, we're going to talk about that in a second, but this is very unfortunate. It was very kind of shocking, but not really. I do think that it's not right to put people out there like that, But
no, it's not. Like you gotta be. It's a lot of times like maybe you do want to expose them because I understand feeling like you're being, kept in the shadows, but you got to think about your safety.
I want to open the doors to the church. I want y'all to chime in on the Shauna Brooks Benzino situation because it's a lot of mixed feelings out there. Some people are saying, yeah, people need to know, especially because he deals with a lot of women too. Like he was messing with Carly Red, Althea.
But he was they just released footage of him down to Althea house punching her car. Like he punched. He was just at her house crying because I guess she had another guy there, whatever. He was upset that he was punching her car. I don't know how long ago this incident happened, but they just released the footage of him walking around with no neck, looking like a turtle. He looked like a diesel. He was pumped up, but he didn't have any neck. He kind of was looking like how I look with my neck brace, but he was real pumped. But he was walking around with his shirt off, like upset. He punched the car. He was looking like a little incredible turtle.
I didn't see that video.
It was just released probably about 2 days ago.
So all of this stuff is coming out at once, which makes me feel like Benzino done pissed somebody off. Or he owes somebody some money. Because it's like a lot happening at once. It's a lot, and this is very messy. I hope he doesn't hurt himself because you got to think about how his mental is, with being shoved out there like that. He has family and stuff, and he's probably going
this
through
is
it.
a whole bad. This is because you got to think of all the parties involved. This is just a sad situation. This is why it's sad that the world is the way it is. But I think people just let people be who they are, and we won't have these problems. Like leave people alone. If he wants some booty. And it's not from a woman. It's nobody's business. Like, let him be him. Like,
I don't think it's nobody's business unless you were sleeping with him.
Right. That's why I said, like, let them do them. Like, people are always intertwined in people's bedroom acts. Like, or do you see him out there? It's not that he's out in the street doing it publicly where everyone can see it. This is something that goes on behind closed doors. Mind your business. This is mind your business. Like, if you're just sleeping with the person, trying to sleep with the person, stop worrying about who they're sleeping with. Like if it's a male, female, like that just bothers me to the core because a lot of people get hurt and killed for just being them.
That's true, and that's what I was saying was so many people are getting killed. So why would you put yourself in that position to be in danger? You should have left well enough alone and not fool with him, anymore. If you wanted to be done with him, but a lot of people take the messy route, and it's going to be messy, and it's not going away anytime soon.
It is.
So I hope that he doesn't do anything to himself because
I hope he doesn't do anything to her. Like I hope he doesn't do anything to himself, but I hope he doesn't do anything to her, or I hope no one else does anything to her. Because like once she did this, because trust me, Shauna Brooks, and the men's act like a lot of. It's just a whole big mess. You could go down a whole rabbit hole with this because a lot of women think my man would never. Man would never. Girl, please.
I thought it was shocking. I thought it was.
It wasn't shocking to me, but it wasn't shocking to me at all. I was just waiting for her. I thought she was gonna mention Stevie J in the part. I was just waiting was it a threesome? That's why I was just waiting to see if it was a threesome. But it's real. I just hope he doesn't do anything to her or something doesn't happen to her because once she exposed him, it's other people or probably other people that she has dealt with that they may be looking at her skeptically now. Like, am I next?
I need to off her because she knows too much.
Let me handle the situation before she blow me up.
Yeah, because she's proven that she's gonna tell. So I'm gonna get rid of her.
Yeah, you just don't know. And I hope everybody stays safe. I hope Benzino, he get the KY jelly so he won't be waddling like that anymore. Like, because that walk was just terrible. Like, Benzino, close your eyes and relax your muscles. Close your eyes and relax your muscles. You wouldn't be walking out that hotel door like that. Because
I don't know what allegedly was happening at the Red Roof Inn. All we know is whatever they was doing, they lost track of time and had to get kicked out.
When he sat down to the car, he said, if this was a white couple, y'all wouldn't do this to him.
But when they said Red Roof, that made me think of it was something shady because
I didn't even know about the Red Roof.
Red Roof is a place that you don't go if you have money. Like it's one of those shady motels that you go to that's off the side of the highway next to a Waffle House. It's always next to a Waffle House. It's in some cut in the bag. It's like a dirty place. It's like why would you want to stay there if you can?
It's just low down in Tawdry. It's where the hookers and the drug lords meet.
So we're gonna bring down Thick Girl. Hey, Thick Girl.
Hey,
y'all.
Hey, how you doing? What do you think about what we talked about so far?
Stevie J is next up on the docket with Shauna. Don't care what nobody says.
They've been saying that about Stevie J for a minute, but nobody's actually come out with proof.
Yeah, that's why he's shaking in his boots. Faith Money can't save him now.
Right.
Yeah, but do you think somebody might try to retaliate against Shauna Brooks?
Exactly. I hope she really thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear about Benzino and out there and the new boyfriend?
That's what I was just telling Shady about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said something about the pop house came out and everything.
The cops, they just released the footage. I'm not sure when this incident happened, but the footage was just released. And he was down to her house, acting a plumb fool.
Yes.
Crying, running around without his shirt on, looking like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He was
With no
punching
neck.
cars. He was all diesel. It just looked like he worked out before
And
he.
he talking about they don't have no gay people in his family. Well, you got it. Well, if you ain't gay, you damn sure bi. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe
Like-
maybe you are, but this is really messy. You should never let nobody be able to spray you with your own information.
Exactly, especially when you're in the entertainment business. Like, what are you doing, dude? Get out of here.
But you knows who he. You know, there could be a plethora of people that could come out and talk about him, because who knows how long he's been doing this? Because it's taboo for them to do it. It's taboo for them to be out there doing it. So who knows how long he's been.
And you know he good friends with Bobby Valentino too, and they roll together.
Yeah, you know they always together in a hot tub somewhere.
But they all do this. But I blame the black church. The black churches, you can't.
It's not the black church's fault that this.
No, it's a lot of, because you can't be who you are. Because the first person to tell you that you're
it's the black people.
You're going to hell,
it's
or
the
you're
black
going to get
people.
burned in hell for doing what you're doing, or how you are, is the black churches. Because this is where it starts from. They
No, but I put the black people before the black church because it's taboo, period, to be black and gay.
But who said? But who was
whether
the
you in the
initial
church
one?
or not?
But we got to be clear. Who was the one who told you it was wrong? Black people just didn't wake up one day and say, "Hey, it's wrong." It was the Bible, it's a church, and they're cherry picking from the Bible.
I'm about to say, well, it ain't just the black people; it's the Catholics too. It ain't just the black church, period.
It's very prevalent in the Catholic Church.
No,
But
it is.
Church, period, because it's a rack of white men.
Doing it.
But it's
Yeah,
not
they doing it,
issue.
but it's still a stigma in their community. That's why so many white men be taking themselves out of here, because they can't be who they are. So it's just not the black church.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about us
period.
black people right now. We need
It's
to
the
stop
church,
judging.
period.
Stop saying that everybody should be able to come as they are. Because there'd be a whole bunch of all the preachers and stuff sitting there, the person playing.
Yeah, because the other preacher was just caught on tape, wasn't he? But the black preacher was just caught on tape.
But we need to protect our people, like gay people, like even black gays. That there are people.
That's
too.
who I'm talking about. The black preacher that just got caught.
Yeah,
he was all black.
I heard about that on Twitter. They released his tape. But number one, you shouldn't have allowed yourself to be taped. Number one, in that case, you should have. I didn't see the tape, but you shouldn't have allowed yourself to be taped doing a sexual act. Period.
Exactly. Like he is stupid.
Taping it for you? So for memories, I can remember. You know, I have a good memory, so I don't need to watch it.
Exactly.
I don't need to.
I don't trust nobody with the tape of me doing nothing.
As Tierra Marie, she's still in.
But these girls sending nudes and doing all this stuff. What?
Child,
it's not a good look.
I had a fiance. I got baby daddies, and I don't trust none of them on Mad Day. Are you crazy?
I wouldn't even send my husband a tape.
I was just about to say I could be married, and you ain't getting one, nigga. You better remember how it is. You see it every night. You ain't gonna forget.
But this issue is not a black church issue. It's actually a transgender issue.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like
you know what? We have to stop judging people and stop using the Bible
as a weapon. That's what they use it as a weapon.
As a weapon.
Also, you can't be using your sexuality as being sneaky and throwing people under the bus and being vindictive.
Exactly. And then wonder why you're not here no more, or you done got your ass whooped.
Yeah, and nobody wants to claim you. At the end of the day, you're lonely. You're dealing with people on the low. It's not a good life to live. You know, being under a rock and you can't really go outside, and you got to be looking over your head. And what's the point of all of this? Because there's going to be repercussions somewhere down the line.
Repercussions to everything you do.
Yes, consequences for everything.
And karma is I don't even play with karma. I don't play with her.
A lot of I think they find somebody who's into what you're into, and they're out. And if you want to be out publicly and do what you want to do, just find someone that's like-minded like you. Don't go.
And even if they're not out, if they want to be with you, let them be with you the way they want to be with you. If you can't accept that, don't be with them at all.
She was okay with it for a while,
exactly.
but I guess it's to some point where you felt like you was going to
because he
exposed.
got caught with that other man, with
Yeah,
that other transgender, and she was like, "Oh, so you getting caught? Oh, they need to know about me then."
yeah,
Now
Yeah,
look
because
at
a lot of times, especially the guys, they're gonna tell the one girl, like, you the only one. I never did this before. I'm not into this. It's
if
your
you dumb
special.
enough to believe that, that's on you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're special. I'm not into this. Or
that's what he
whatever.
was saying on the phone. Is that I never did this before.
Right. But when she saw him waddling out that hotel room, she knew it was a lie. She was like,
Exactly.
But like I said, y'all need to stop trying to be sneaky and vindictive on when you get mad at somebody on Mad Day. I don't like it when you're close to somebody and then on Mad Day, everything's you just exposing everything, telling everything that happened. So
yeah, that's
Exactly.
I see. We not even monetized yet. That's fucked up. That's
And I can't.
no,
That's why. That's why I can't do a whole lot of different friends. If you were, I don't need no new
because that's
friends.
what I'm saying. Don't be like, I don't. This is why I'm not talking on the phone with you. I don't even talk about nobody. The period like that. Because if I can't say it to your face, I'm not going to say it. You understand?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but for somebody to do, that's why it's hard to trust somebody like that, because you could think someone is your friend and they sit there and as soon as Mad Day come, they exposing everything
But
you think.
I
They
just feel
remember
like,
stuff you forgot you even said on Mad
you
Day. You like,
like,
damn, did I say that?
but people who are taping conversations, you're already operating in the spirit of vindictiveness, pettiness,
Yeah,
sneaky.
your integrity is already
You
fucked up.
starting it off. You starting it with that sneakiness. So she had been planning this for a while because, like I said, she has multiple conversations on tape of Benzino expressing whatever he was expressing to her. He thought he was having a private conversation, and she took advantage of him and exposed him. So I do kind of feel bad for him because I don't want him to hurt himself or hurt anybody else.
And if you're not man enough to do it in the sunlight, don't be man enough to do it in the moonlight.
Right.
God damn it.
That's true as well. So it's like it's a catch-22.
Right. I want Benzino to come on out his shell, like just stick
Yeah, come out the sewer.
your head up, like just stretch it a little, just scratch it.
Come out the sewer and let us know he like pizza and he like ping.
Right, and
One,
it's
two,
okay.
three.
Yeah. So I mean, somebody like it. Evidently, somebody like it.
Evidently, they was mad enough to put your ass out there.
Somebody go around there and check on Coila, whatever her name is.
Koi.
Yeah,
She's okay. She's doing well with her lackluster music. I don't even know why she popped off because I do not like.
Like, cause she probably somewhere like, I should have never told nobody that was my daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm about to say she just mad at the fact that he came out like you sitting here talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
And look at you in the hotel rooms, and now Shauna got a tape of you. You just disgusting, Daddy. I'm just mad.
Is she the same one who exposed Bobby Valentino? Is this the same one, or was it somebody else?
I believe it was somebody else. It wasn't her. Someone else.
And Rashida better watch out for Kirk, because you know Kirk hang with them too.
They do be at the lake house.
They like hot tubs. Every time you see them, they in the hot tub together.
But I will say this: I never heard nothing like that about Kurt. I never.
We never heard nothing about that about Benzino either.
That's true.
Until Shauna brought the tape.
But after doing research, I guess the rumors was out a little while ago, and he denied these rumors. These rumors came out a little while ago.
Yeah, because it came out around the time when Stevie J stuff, and they were talking about him and her and Stevie J.
Yeah, that's this year.
Like probably about 2-3 years ago, before Stevie J got married to Faith, they were talking about her, and then they brought up Benzino's name.
Mm-hmm. So it's been out there, but it was never.
I don't trust Kirk with that Adam's apple. Anybody with an Adam's apple like that, I don't trust you at all.
But Kirk, I'm not gonna say he's an angel either, because Angel, I mean, he be in the dirt. Yeah.
What's that song K Michelle made? Remember K Michelle was singing that
But
song?
I'm gonna make her wanna marry me.
And those K Michelle was like, Kirk is a girl with all his earrings.
Yeah, Kirk, some of them girls he been with look like some transgenders. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah.
K Michelle was down to the piano writing a whole new song about Kirk and all his earrings. I was like, oh my God.
Who else y'all talking about? Kerrion. I need you. I'm just gonna need you to get your life all the way in order. And you having Larry Reed as your surrogate father, Larry Reed that chases a story and try to be the first to put everything out is not a good surrogate for
Right.
anybody.
Not a surrogate. That
That's what he said. He said he is surrogate father.
don't make sense. He
That's what
said
he
he's a
said. That's why
surrogate.
he called him first.
Hmm.
That's what he said.
But I just feel like Kerrion is really unstable, and it's unfortunate that he's got himself caught up in this mess because it's serious. He's
Yeah,
facing
and then you
real
want to
tough
sit
time.
there and try to resist arrest, and then you got other charges in other states, Texas of all places. Like, boo, get it together.
But
Ain't
all I
nobody
know,
like
in that boy
him.
eyes, something is not too right. I don't know exactly what it is, but in his eyeballs, something is
See,
not.
this is
Like he
why
drugs.
fathers are important. This is why I don't care about no church. I don't care about nothing. Nothing comes before the love of your child.
That's true.
But I'm not gonna say that Kurt did not love his child because he was, like I said, last year he was cussing his son out because out of love. Because
Yeah, out of love and embarrassment.
we don't know what caused him to cuss him out
But
because
sometimes you have a bad egg. Sometimes it's not the parent. Sometimes it's the kid.
sometimes, yeah.
And it's. I'm not saying that in this case it is, but I know parents sometimes that go or bend it backwards, try to do everything for the child, and the child is just a bad egg.
But
Like,
we can also look at him and tell something is mentally
yeah, like in his
unstable.
eyeball, something is not right. Like I could tell, like when you look at him in his eyes, something is not there. I'm not sure if it's murder, but
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know about the murder part or
You
the,
put
the,
yourself in
the
that
either
position.
some substance or it's a mental imbalance.
yeah,
Something is
something.
not right
I don't even think it's
all
the
the way.
substance. I think it's something deeper.
But like I said, y'all keep putting yourselves in position for tragedy to befall y'all life. Don't ever put yourself in that position. I don't know how he got in that car that belonged to that lady who passed. You gotta explain that. You gotta
Exactly.
explain that. That I mean,
At this point, I don't want him to explain nothing. Show me the
Yeah,
forensic
he need to
files.
hush because he all on jail phones telling stories
Right,
and stuff
show me
like,
the forensic
dude,
files. I'm gonna need the
he's
DNA.
crazy. He probably don't even realize he in jail. He
like you
probably
don't know they record every single call that you make. Like, shut
everything he
up.
do.
You did he not hear them say you have the right to remain silent? Anything you say can and will be used against your black
It's-
act in a court of law.
Oh, speaking
Nigga,
of
you are
that,
black.
we're gonna talk
Shut
about
up.
Tim Norman. We're gonna talk about Tim
But
Norman.
did y'all hear about Andrew? Oh my God, how he dragged Natalie Nunchild. He said the side of her face is broke or something. He said, child, he had me fucking
Andrew
dying.
Well,
Yeah,
Andrew Carwell did an interview with Ray Janae, Lil Wayne daughter.
resume
He,
Carla.
not
child,
resume.
he dragged her. There you go with that preacher. I don't know who church he was
Here
going
it
to be
is. Y'all hear it.
special guest pastor at.
I do. So I wanted to say, when I left, she was one of the first people to reach out to me. One of the first people to reach out. Hey, babe, this is Natalie. Come on, we're sorry. We want to take you to. The boys to church. Number one, I don't play with God.
Right.
Okay. Number two, how we gonna put our difference to the side because we have no beef. But the only thing I can do for her is get her face repaired.
Oh.
So you got the best doctor to do face because on the side of the face it's like really crumpled up, chopped up,
Oh.
and makeup won't do it. MAC won't do it.
Well, damn. Okay.
Where's the next repo? And let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You know some repo mans, right?
Mhm.
Well, you might not know because you're rich, the real rich. Thank you. Not, and I am glad that you're not the person that's coming to the hotel with cars and other things trying to go to somebody's trunk, find Louis and Louis, not Louis, but Louis and Chanel, not Chanel. So
Chanel.
let her know when she's able to wear real designers, we can sit at this couch.
I have yet to see that Natalie Nunn has responded to this.
And then he said he's known and Natalie not. I don't know what revival tent he known that's more than Natalie in their genre, but he need to stop with his delusion of grandeur because everybody know who the hell Natalie Nunn is, and he know he's sitting there lying when he said that part. Now
I
about the
think
face,
both of
he
them
was wrong.
have are notorious for their separate reasons. I think he's notorious for going viral for that clip of being delivered,
Delivered.
and he's been making videos since then, like a social media presence. He's been in the news. You remember he accused Cordell of years ago.
Did we ever get to the bottom of that with him and Cordell?
He lied, and the court. And he had to. He was found guilty, and then I think he had to pay Cordell an amount of money.
Yeah, we need to find out if he paid Cordell. He all talk about people don't pay. He was just talking about Darius Cook don't pay his employees. Let's find out if he paid Cordell that money.
I believe he was supposed to. I believe that's how that case ended because he was found to be falsifying those allegations. So, for whatever reason, I don't know. I guess it's because the Housewives was on and he saw it and said he was going.
Right. He probably heard the little rumors back and forth about Cordell. Was like, I'm gonna hop on this bandwagon.
Mad Day came around. That's what that was. We were just talking about Mad Day. Mad Day came around.
But now he got to pay, so it will backfire on you.
So he ain't have the receipts.
I have one more story, so I'm gonna let you go, thick girl, for a second, and I'm gonna do this last story, and then we're about to close. But thank you for joining us.
You know, I told you I'm never gonna let y'all drop that link and don't nobody come up now. We're gonna have somebody come up in here.
I appreciate
Thank you, thick girl.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut her off. I didn't mean to cut her off while she was talking. But the last story that we're going to talk about is, did y'all hear about the young man who was killed in the amusement park a couple weeks ago?
Do you have it?
He was killed because he was too big for his seat at the. It was like a ride that goes straight up and straight down. And I think we've all been on those type of rides before, like Six Flags or the fair or something.
Yeah, the ones that shoot straight up and then drop down.
I've ridden them a couple times, and those rides are terrifying.
And I'm glad I do not get on any rides. I'm scared of rides.
So he's 14 years old. I believe he was 300 pounds, 6 feet tall. I believe those were his measurements. But so he was a big guy. Number one, let me show you the picture of him on the ground before they took off. Because they were saying how he felt uncomfortable while they were on the ground. So his little thing that was supposed to go over him wasn't even completely covering his chest. Let me see. We were actually supposed to talk about this a while ago, but so as you can see, his little covering is not covering his chest. It's sitting on his shoulders right here.
And oh my God.
His is over his chest. His is over his chest. His is sitting on his shoulders. So how he was able to take off like this, I don't know. And so basically, he went up, he fell out of the seat, and he fell to his death.
This is sad. This is so terrible.
This is a sad story, but let me play this clip for y'all who have not seen this.
His 14-year-old son, Tyree, was on the free fall ride with two of his best friends.
When the ride took off, that's when he was feeling uncomfortable. He was like, this thing is moving. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what's going on? That's when he started freaking out. And he was explaining to his friend who was next to him, like, man, I don't know, man. If I don't make it down, I'll say to Dad, you please tell my mom and daddy I love her. Like, you know, for him to say something like that, he must have felt something.
He says his son is 6'5" and 340 pounds.
But this one particular ride decided, yeah, we could take you. Come on, get on. You know, when nobody else allowed him to get on the rides. So I wonder what happened between now and then what made him say, come on, you can get on this ride.
He says they should have stopped the ride and wants answers.
This should never happen to nobody else's child ever again. And if I have something to do with it, it never will happen again.
Arnell says Tyree had an amazing future in football and had hopes of playing in the NFL.
14-year-old young.
So after this happened, the amusement park in Orlando where this happened is saying, well, his seat was fastened when it came down to the ground. And my thing, of course, if fasting after he fell, gravity probably knocked it back into place.
Right.
So they're trying to deny responsibility. I have yet to hear anything about a lawsuit from the family. But what I have seen is a lot of foolishness from people who are trying to get clout, who've been trying to capitalize off of this. One girl, she was pretending that she was part of the family and she was getting donations, and she was not a part of the family. And there was also a rapper.
But YG Osiris?
YK Orisis? How you say this?
Osiris.
He promised that he was going to pay for the funeral and end up not paying, and the family exposed him on Twitter.
As they should.
So what do you think about this case?
This is horrible. I had to go take off my neck brace because I need to breathe.
Yeah, I want you to breathe.
I think this is just horrible. I think that the amusement park is liable because they should have made sure. And then at his weight, him being 6 feet and 300 plus, he shouldn't have been on that ride, period. And they're looking, a lot of times they look at young, especially young Black boys, especially when they're bigger, as adults. Like they don't really check like, oh, he's adult, he's grown, he could snap his own stuff in it. But as the amusement park, they should have made sure everyone was secure. They should have made sure the weight capacity was used. Like, look, you can't get on this ride. I'm sorry. Like, I know you want to get on, but you can't get on. I think they're still liable. And for that young man, the rapper, what's his name? Osiris, for him to sit there and lie and offer to pay for this boy's funeral and then don't do it, like, it's crazy.
It's an unnecessary lie.
Yeah, it was just unnecessary. Like, you should just shut up.
So, Big Girl, I brought you back on. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So what? I can't even hardly read this. So she's basically saying that he offered to pay for the funeral, but he did not donate a dime, and that he was using the family for clout. And I feel like it's unfortunate that it's multiple of us using the death of this. We were just talking about this last week, how the BLM creators was using the deaths of these people for profit.
Yes, just like the black girl that was doing on all the news outlets. Like, what is wrong with people?
Like, people are crazy. Like, the scammerization of it all.
And like, why are we the first ones to take advantage of each other?
Exactly.
We're the first ones. We're jumping in line to take advantage. Here's the other girl who was acting like she was part of the family. And
that is just horrible.
And she was getting money. And y'all need to watch. When y'all donate the stuff, make sure y'all know what y'all donating to.
Exactly.
And this family lost their teenage son. Like, how dare you?
Exactly.
But she made up a whole story.
Yeah, she had a whole story.
But these people are so bold to act. Before, it was just behind the scene. They were like, right? Like, I'm the cousin, such and such. We didn't see their faces. You're showing your face and you're actually speaking like, yeah, well, blah, blah, blah.
But then the lady came up and said that she was her mother. Like, these people are crazy.
Yeah. So here she is.
I know when he said, yes, you do. So I went back in my job and I got him some money and I brought it back out. And I said, what you finna do? He said, I want to get on the swing on International. I said, okay, ride it twice and ride it for me too. And he called me back about.
Are those balloons out there for him?
Later, he said I'm too big. I'm
thinking so.
So I said, go try another one. That's when he came to try the slingshot, and he said,
yes, they are.
He was bad. So he said, well, cousin, it's another ride. I'm gonna try it out. I said, okay. And he called me. He said, they let me ride. I can ride. And I said, okay, get on. Didn't know this would be my last.
This bitch needs to be dragged in the street.
She had a whole story.
And she got a little bit of
story in fake tears.
She needs to be dragged in the street and beat.
So her GoFundMe was shut down.
She needs to be shut down.
And then the lady popped up out of a car and said she was the girl mother. You got
a whole memorial service going on behind you, like a whole remembrance of. Those balloons better not been for that boy.
She did a tour on every news station in Florida that wouldn't talk to her.
all for
He
clout and
said, this boy said, they won't let me ride this one. I'm going to go check this one. Oh, they going to let me ride this one. Like, you got to be mentally ill
Put this
to
girl away.
even do this. And then this is why kids aren't should not be allowed to make adult decisions. This is why kids don't need any substances in their body that's not natural. Not even weed. That's supposed to be natural. Not that either. They don't need nothing to impair their judgment. They already don't think logically as
Right.
kids.
are
This
you
is why my
referring to
child couldn't
the
be at
young
the
man?
amusement park without me or an
Yeah.
adult.
Are you referring to the boy who was killed?
The parents.
You know, yeah, I'm just saying,
Oh,
like, kids like, shouldn't be allowed to make adult decisions. Like, come on now, this boy tell you, you saw the ride, you know that, but you've been working this ride for how long? You knew you can look at this boy and tell he too big for this ride. Just because he say I want to ride, it don't mean that you say yes, you can ride this ride after everybody done told you no. They told him no for a reason.
and whoever put him in that ride did
That's
not
what I'm talking about.
at
This
all.
is your job.
But
You're an
that just goes to
attendant.
like the parents. Like I don't like I can't get with it. Like my son is he's 15. You cannot just go all around and just running down the street and then people are like, oh, you're too thin, you gotta let him go, such and such and such and such. No, I'm sorry. My child is not going to be in West such and such or over stuff or running around the whole world and me not know where they are and they just running around loose. Like because kids
Exactly.
like you said, their brains do not develop. Like I just started thinking as an adult.
Come on now. When we were kids, we all went to Six Flags. And
No, I never been. Actually, I never been to Six Flags in my life. Honestly,
Well,
I've
I've
been
been to Six Flags several times, and I've ridden that type of ride before.
no,
I
it's not
wasn't
even about
14
riding,
though.
riding. You don't. It's like your
I
brain,
wasn't 14 at Six Flags by myself. My mama didn't play that.
but your brain is not developing until you're a certain age. Like I just started thinking certain ways. Like because I look back like 10 years ago, 20 things I did then, and just flying off the cuff and not thinking. Like 'cause now, as you get older, you think your brain is more developed. You're more seasoned.
Exactly.
Thinking about that, you just thinking about you just want to ride. Like you're not thinking I'm going to die because the stuff I did as a teenager,
Exactly.
you never think that
Right.
something could happen to you, and that's why you need that adult presence there. Like no,
But
And my
that
kids
shit
going to
happened.
Florida tomorrow with their father. And I can guarantee you, if one of mine don't come back, daddy gonna have hell to pay. You better make sure every right. You better be looking at every damn thing. Ain't nothing you can tell me if mine don't make it back home tomorrow after this spring break is over.
Who knows? They might have paid the family under the table because I haven't heard anything about a lawsuit or anything about charges being filed or
Exactly.
anything like that. And I was like, what's going on? So I think that they're trying to hush this up. That's why I want to bring awareness to stuff that they're trying to keep quiet. So
because at the end of the day, they are liable. Like I believe that
Exactly. They are liable as hell.
They are liable, and they know they're liable.
I believe that they gave the family something under the table and said, if you don't press charges, we're gonna give you this. We're sorry for this happened, but
they paid what that black dude didn't pay for the funeral and some more.
So Tina Miller in the comments is saying that he did pay, but maybe he paid after the backlash that he was getting because the family was saying he did not pay. So maybe he paid after fact, but the family said as of
So he gave them their money back after they paid for it.
But a lot of times, I hope he did pay, and if he did give them the money,
because it's a bad look.
It is a bad look. But a lot of times with people like that with the money and stuff, sometimes they do give directions to send money there, and accountants don't. And he probably didn't know that he didn't give the money. Maybe let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know that the money wasn't sent because a lot of times they don't handle their money. They're not the one that's sending.
We can give him grace, but we can't get that black girl and that other lady no damn grace.
No, we can't. They going straight to jail. Send them straight to prison.
No,
jail and then hell.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Past jail.
Straight to hell.
Because that's ridiculous. I mean, she would have had to see me. I'm sorry, I'm not about fighting, but I would have whooped her ass. There's no way.
Yeah.
My sister would have whooped her ass. My daughter, somebody would have whooped that ass. Because there's no way that you going to sit here and play with my child's name. And I'm sitting here mourning.
Real service out there for my kid? Oh, no, yeah.
Acting like you the
it wasn't just one news day. This girl had on like 5 different shirts
Yeah,
and different damn news reportings.
there were
Like this was
multiple.
a day after day after day after day thing.
She is definitely giving me the woman that comes up on the side and pretends she
And she
knows
was
sign
saying,
language.
she was saying
But
her
y'all
name
know she
was,
lost her job.
yeah,
Y'all know
she
she was a
turned it
stripper and
out.
she lost her job.
She was saying her name
Talking about
was
some
Shay
she worked at the damn amusement park and he came up to her and asked her for some money. Girl, you a whole damn stripper. You got fired on your day off. What are you talking about? Smokey?
It was like a crackhead move. It wasn't
Yeah, that was.
it was
Yes,
very
that was crackhead tendencies.
it was very crackish.
Yeah, that was.
Crackhead bad bug tendencies.
Not bed bugs.
Hey
Let's
Kiki.
not say bed bugs.
Y'all can't get enough
Hey
of the bed
Kiki.
bug this week.
Yeah. Bad
So
bugs
we
on
got
roaches,
You gonna
Kiki.
give
I'm
me the
sorry.
itching
I
again?
forgot.
I got one more story to share with y'all. And this
Did we
is
talk about Tim?
that's what we're about to talk about is Tim Norman. Now, y'all have probably known about this. Tim Norman has been in jail for
Come on, sweet hips.
Sweetie pie, yes. His big
yeah,
hit.
hips don't
The
lie.
sweet hips, big hips. Okay, yeah, okay.
You know,
So,
first off, we need to apologize to Jennifer Williams.
do,
No,
well,
he
she
need to
well, she ended
apologize.
up being
She
right
need to
about it.
apologize to
No, because
herself.
she
She
did say
did
that
that.
he's crazy. She said that he's crazy, such and such. We didn't believe him because we said he fried good chicken. You know, anybody that fried good chicken, we
With
just
hips like that, she should have knew something was wrong with him. Your man hips bigger than yours.
I
You
thought he
know
was just
something ain't
eating all
right.
the chicken. And we need to go check on Janine, his baby mother.
The
Thank
baby
God she
mama,
got out. Thank God she got out.
she got out. She was out.
She
was
got
already
out. But she got to live with that little boy head forever.
So
We
this
need to
is
check on his mom if we're gonna check on anybody.
yeah, that's what
But Robbie's in denial. Miss Robbie's in denial.
Miss
She don't
Robbie
believe
is
that
still
he.
paying his court fees.
Yeah,
and
she's
all
in
that.
denial. She don't believe that he
That's why we need to
did
keep
that.
her in our prayers.
Right. So for y'all who don't know, this is Tim Norman from Sweetie Pies, which was on OWN a few years back. I think it was 2020. He was arrested for suspicion of plotting to kill. What's it called? When you work together to mastermind conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracy to commit.
Conspiracy to commit murder against his nephew. So basically, he was trying to get the life insurance money, but he was too dumb to fill out the paperwork correctly. So he never really got the money. So the nephew died really for no reason because he never got no money. He ended up paying
Andre. I am just so sad because I watched this show. I loved Sweetie's Pie, and Andre came up, and Andre was a little rude, but you know him and Tim never really got along. Not Andre.
Tim was mean to him.
Yeah, the other little cousin.
I forget his name.
The little light skinned one, the little light skinned nephew.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
I forgot his name, and he was a very good character on that show. I liked him. But Andre, you know, he came for his father died. You know, he came up to live with his grandmother to better his life. He graduated high school. He was on the right track because you see that he was slipping a little bit. Then he started getting back on the right track. But him and Tim never got along. And the way that he used to look at Tim, he used to give Tim like this, like, because he had little chinky eyes, but he would give Tim like these looks of disgust.
Right.
And I used to wonder, like, why is he looking at him? And they said that it was rumored that he may have had something to do with the father's murder.
It's possible because if you can kill one, you can kill them all. So basically, he's been in jail since 2020. He's been trying to get evidence tossed out. So I'm going to be doing updates on this case because I've been following this case because I want to see what happens. So what's happening now in 2022 is he's still in jail. His name is Charles. Yes, Charles.
Charles, yes.
So Tim Norman is still in jail. So he filed a motion because he's alleging that because the police have a lot of evidence against him.
They have a whole phone trail.
They have a phone trail.
The girl that he had Andre hook up with, he was in contact with this girl.
And he wired money, so they have the wire trail and they have the text messages. So what he's saying is they illegally obtained his phone. So those text messages and whatever is in his phone cannot be used in court.
They could be admissible. They they probably could throw it out if they did obtain them.
But that's the thing. It was thrown out. Did we lose Thick Girl and she's back on the other one? We got
I
two
ain't know what
Thick
happened.
Girls. We got to remove one of them. Which one are you
The
on?
one that's not muted.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, you're here.
You too. I couldn't find y'all on my phone no more.
Okay. So, all right. So we got you back. So where was I at? So he was trying to get the phone evidence thrown out of court, but the thing was, this is the case where you gotta be smart. When he was arrested, he had on the tank top, basketball shorts. In his shorts was his phone. So Tim Norman is saying that they didn't have a right to search his house. They was only had a warrant for him and not his house. So they weren't allowed to search his house for the phone. So when he was arrested, yo dumb butt had the phone in your pocket.
So the phone was on his person. So the phone is admissible.
It is. That's what. Yeah. So it is admissible because it wasn't.
They had the warrant to search his person. So anything obtained on his person is admissible.
Right. So you had the phone on you, so it is admissible. And on top of that, Tim Norman busts his own self out. Like I said, you got to be smart when you go to jail. He's on the phone telling somebody about when he got arrested. It said, and then he mentioned on the phone call that they got my phone. I had my phone on me. They got my phone. So you can't come around and say that, well, they illegally searched my house when you admitted that you had your phone when you was arrested. So he's looking at serious jail time. He's trying to delay his court appearance.
I just don't like the way he's smiling in this picture. Take him like he just.
It's him and 3 other people that have been arrested due to this conspiracy. One of them was released. Terica Ellis, I think her name is still in jail. He deposited.
She belonged in jail because she was the main culprit right behind him.
She set it up and called him to come outside to where he was gonna get shot. So Tim Norman deposited $6,000 into her account. Tim Norman is losing money. He's using his mama money. Poor Miss Robbie.
I knew she wished she was back rolling on the river.
She needs to be rolling on the river so she can pay for his lawyer fees because she's the only one in his corner. She still don't believe that he did it. She's supporting him. She's still visiting him.
I can be in your corner. I can come and see you. That don't mean I'm paying your lawyer fees. I can tell you that.
She's paying the lawyer fees because he had a public defender for a while. He just got a lawyer, I think, a year ago.
But I done let my boys know. You better not go to jail. I don't come to jail. I don't do jail. I don't put money on your
allegations. The allegations about him, they saying that he could have offed his own brother.
And he tried to off her.
Yeah, and they had that girl, Robbie, you was next.
I believe she was next because she's the one with the money.
Right.
That little life insurance, he was going to spend it the way he was living because they said he was living lavish. You know how we do when we get money. Going on vacation
and trying to open up sweetie pie all over the place.
He had his own restaurant and like what?
His mama had to sue him because he was using the sweetie pie name to launch his own business.
Yeah, to franchise out. He was in Texas. He was in LA. Like
she had to shut that down. Your own mama had to sue you. So
they should have known something was shady with that anyway because they weren't speaking for a while because of that.
So is she just giving him back the money she sued him for with the lawyers?
Basically, and more.
Pretty much, it's going to be expensive to try to fight this because they have a lot of evidence. I'm not talking about a little bit.
Boy, just plead guilty. Like,
I'm going to need them to do to Miss Robbie what they doing to Wendy and have her looked at and have somebody else over her books or something because this is that she should not be paying for this. I understand the love of a mother's love is to go to the ends of the earth. Mm-hmm. But when you doing all this, it's some ties to that baby. It's a purse string cut off to that.
But see, Miss Robbie ain't no fool. Miss Robbie ain't signed no paper saying that if I'm ever incapacitated, y'all got the right to take over my money. And I'm telling you, Wendy signed some shit because you
Wendy
just
probably
didn't.
didn't sign nothing. We gonna get on that Wendy thing.
She signed something because it's a clause. She signed something. Trust. She signed something for. They can't just hold your money for without. She signed something like if you ever because it's like protection.
But the way Wendy been going, they can't just hold your money when they fucking cite you a 51.
I said, this is what I'm saying. It's protection for you. Like it's insurance. Like when you get your phone. Like if I lose my phone, I pay like $7 a month extra, so I can only pay $50 to get a new phone. You understand?
Yeah, but somebody needs to get that from the job.
Like, okay, just in case if I get incapacitated mentally, or if something goes wrong, being I'm a single woman, I'm out here, I barely have any family, my money won't get taken. So I put something in place for if anything happens, my money will be distributed. Like my bills will still get paid, but I won't have access because I'm crazy.
But I don't see her signing Wells Fargo to be the people to do that.
No, not Wells Fargo, but she probably had a team. She probably had somebody.
That's what I'm saying, but the people that you would think it would be are not the people that was holding her stuff.
But who do you think she trusts? Like, who does she really have that she trusts?
Kelvin, whichever one, the senior, the one that she's so in love with that cheated on her, took all the money.
He needs to get back with him and Serena. Like, they need to get back together. Him and her and Serena needs to get back. Damn us. We don't care about what we think. You know, like you wasn't acting a fool and going all crazy when you was with Kevin. He been cheating, girl. Don't act like this is new. Girl, you was paying for him to cheat.
But back to, that Wendy saga is a never-ending saga. She still ain't got her money, and Miss Robbie is spending the rest of her inheritance trying to. She living in her last days fighting this case. So I really feel bad. I'm not saying this her last days, but
yeah, but she's an older woman. She's like
an older woman, and she should have to do this.
She got more time behind her than she do ahead of her. Period.
Yeah.
And
I could have put a clause in her damn contract saying if she ever get up in age and can't trust him, so something, because I don't feel like she should be. She's not in her right mind to be paying for this man legal fees and all this stuff.
But she probably is. That's her son, and she's probably her only son left. That's her only son left, and like a mother's love for their child sometimes outweighs right or wrong.
He's gonna defend her child. I'm not mad at her for defending her child, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes it outweighs right or wrong. Like regardless of what he did, I don't want my son in prison again because he can't. You know, he was in prison for a while.
Now when you trying to kill my black ass.
It's
in prison for a while. So the case is all around sad. I'm gonna be doing updates on it. Whenever something new comes up with the case, it's gonna be one of those things where every now and then I'm gonna give y'all an update on that case.
Speaking of updates, I need to update on my keeping up with Kanye.
Please do, because I haven't been staying.
Hold on, y'all. Thank y'all for letting me up. My daughter won't stop calling my goddamn phone, so I got to.
Thanks for coming up, big girl. See you later.
Thank you for joining.
Be safe,
you too. But Kanye is basically said that he's not seeking help. He's not away seeking help. He's on vacation with his Kim Kardashian lookalike girlfriend. All right. He's laid up having fun, you know. He's trying his Gemini on pause, and he's just having fun right now. So that's the Kanye report.
I'm just so tired of Kanye and his shenanigans. It's just getting old. I'm sick of Kim. I think the last thing I heard about Kim was her son Saint was on Roblox and saw, I don't know what was on Roblox, but I guess it was an image of the sex tape between her and Ray. And she was upset about it, and she called Kanye.
I'm like, don't call me about your whole activities, girl.
But my thing about that is, when you live that type of lifestyle, eventually your kids are going to grow up.
But what did she think? You think you're exempt? Like, you did a whole sex tape. Your mama brokered your sex tape. You're making what they said, $90,000 a month or a year, whatever have you. And don't quote me on the numbers, but you're still making money off this tape. Show your kids what you work. This is when she was telling that people need to get off their ass and work. Show your child that you got on your ass and worked.
She doesn't work like
no. She's like, I laid on my ass and I worked. Okay.
She doesn't work. She signs, puts her names on stuff, and then she takes.
But this is how you got famous. Let alone you done robbed. Allegedly you done robbed Brandy Blonde, taking the money trying to fill up that damn dash store. So
yeah, that store was horrible.
but you took. They said allegedly she took $200,000 from Brandy's credit card to start the store.
Who's Brandy?
Brandy Norwood, the singer. I wanna be down.
You stole from Brandy?
They said that she was Brandy's, like, she used to come clean her closet or whatever like that. And they said that she used $200,000 from one of Brandy's credit cards to buy the merchandise for Dash.
Interesting. I haven't heard that.
Look it up.
For showing up.
And you see that I don't think they ever sued her. I don't know how the money went back or whatever like that, but I don't know if she paid the booty. I guess she probably like, I'm not paying the money back because I already paid your brother an ass. Okay. I'm not paying it back.
The family probably worked it out under the table.
They probably did, but come on, girl. And you telling people to get off their ass. They need to get off their ass and work. No, too bad we don't have rich clients that we steal from.
Yeah, because she was an assistant to the stars before.
Yeah, because you had a rich client that you stole from, allegedly.
So we got one more case, which really ain't nothing, but I did want to talk about it and address it really quickly. It's y'all favorite person, Lanithia Leaks, in the news again. She's saying that she's been blacklisted and blackballed, and y'all need to protect black women and protect black women who tell the truth, and y'all did her wrong, and she can't, y'all blacklisted her from the industry, and she spoke the truth, protect black women. So what? And this is coming off the heels of her calling Andy Cohen basically a crackhead or cokehead. I'm sorry.
No, Nene got it all wrong.
Nene called him a cokehead. Then she called Candy a coon because Candy got a show. You talked about Candy's show, which I can understand you talking about Candy's show because I don't like it either. But you talked about Candy's show. You talked about the ratings on Candy's show. You went on The Real and said, if it was an opportunity to come back, I would. After you called the network a racist network, and you said that Andy was racist and the network was racist, but then on The Real, you said you was going to come back to Housewives if you were given the opportunity. So, what do you feel about her saying that she's been?
This is a case of when falling off goes wrong. Girl, you fell off. That's it. Because let me tell you something. Accept the fact that you wasn't really that girl. That's what it was. Because
she was at one point.
No, but what I'm saying is that you were that girl for that. You for that there, like for the Housewives, you Nene Leakes. But when you step in the big arena, girl, you couldn't sustain. You couldn't hang. You understand? So that's what it was, because you were spicy for the Housewives. Everybody was interested in seeing you. I believe so, because we was interested in Nene on the Housewives. When you try to venture out and you was doing your little acting and stuff like that or whatever like that, you really didn't carry the weight that you probably expected that you were going to do. Because a lot of times we think we're better than we are. Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it, And they just didn't accept you.
I do feel like she's good for the show. And if she was to come
she needs to go back to the Housewives, because that's the only place that you're going to be really popular.
They're not going to let her, and I'm going to tell you why. You can't burn bridges on your way up and then expect those bridges to still be there on your way back down.
All I know is Claudia Jordan somewhere laughing.
Because when you leave a job, you have to leave gracefully. I don't care what kind of job it is. Leave gracefully, because you never know. You might be working a new job and they might be the manager and they might know you from your last job, or you never know. So it's always best to leave gracefully. She did not leave gracefully. She talked about everybody like a dog. She's still going back and forth with Candy. And Candy,
but stay humble. That's the whole thing. Stay humble. She got beside herself. Like Nene was really beside herself. Because I remember when she was down to the thing, you couldn't even do math. Girl, you was down to the thing asking Greg, how you do this? Helping you with Greg had to come help you with your son's homework. And now all of a sudden you're so grand and all this stuff. And girl,
this was a case of you wasn't that rich bitch that you thought you was.
Basically.
You went They are racist, but you work for them how many seasons?
Over 10 years.
They're racist, but you'll go back to the racist people yet again. Tell me
Mhm.
where that makes sense at. You didn't get all these black women that you trying to get to band together for you. You could give zero F's about when you were on that show. Mariah has been trying to get this network to pay her for her show for how long?
Yeah,
Right.
and
And
it's
when you were on the show, you never thought about Mariah, her job, her kids, or anything. But now that it's Nene, it's unfair. Be behind black women. No, we all are behind black
mhm,
women. We're behind black women that are black at all times. That
mhm.
that don't just pull the race card when it's needed for them. Girl, you wouldn't have even been what you were if it wasn't for Greg. Most of us liked you because of Greg.
Right.
Yeah. Greg was
So
her saving grace.
yes. So Nene he have several.
Not even Lanithia. Go sit down.
No, she's he.
And
We
now
don't know what's going on. The Moose, Bullwinkle,
Go sit
yes, all
down.
of that.
imagine going from Bravo, now you on BET Plus shooting College Hill a College Hill reboot.
No, but you got to go back.
And
She
was in talks
on the
with
show.
Zeus.
But like I said, shouts out to Claudia Jordan. Because it's so funny that Nene had to go. Nene thought she was going to start this show. She said she was starting the show with her gaze. I believe. I believe.
Yeah, the reading room.
This is IE. This is why Funky Dineva
Oh yeah,
gives us.
I remember that.
This is why when
I
Funky
remember.
Dineva comes on TGIF, he gives us this because
She was gonna do a
Claudia Jordan basically took Nene's idea and ran with it. TGIF.
Yeah.
Exactly.
TGIF.
She did actually,
Because that was Nene's idea. Like that.
And where's Swag?
What happened? Claudia Jordan is somewhere
Swag's
laughing.
gone.
I think Swag
Swag
is
is
gone.
gone.
I don't know if Lanithia is still out, but I mean,
And they say you still ain't good with your fans. You still thinking you that bitch. When
She
you
don't like
excuse my
taking
language, when you see your fans.
And they were saying that she couldn't even read the scripts allegedly. Like
she can
Girl,
barely talk. So
you
I
needed
know
to
she
get on the
can
Reading
read.
Rainbow. Like you supposed to be on the Reading Rainbow. Where's LeVar? You know, he need to reboot the Reading Rainbow. That you know.
I just need Nene to have several damn seats and go serve us some drinks or something. They say the damn Lalethea room is lounge is doing this thing. Girl, stick with that because all of this blacklisted. You got blacklisted because you took on the machine, which is Bravo and NBC Universal, and lost. Point blank, the end, period.
And then tried to come back.
Who did you really think you were?
Yeah, but they took you down. Like they'll knock you down a peg or
They'll
two.
knock you down.
They're gonna take you down a peg or two.
But
Because
I
you was
think-
too big for your britches. You just thought like I'm gonna go to Hollywood and everybody's gonna buy into this Lanique's, the Lanithia Leaks business. They're gonna buy into it, and you wasn't really that girl. You was cool to ooh la la around Atlanta on a housewife, but you couldn't sustain out there in the.
But Candy was cool to ooh la la with when she wanted to be on that damn tour until she put her foot in her mouth, and then she tried to make that Candy's fault. Candy got a show. Candy done had more than one show.
Right.
And like Candy said, she pitches shows. Girl, who wants to see you on their TV without being an Atlanta housewife?
Right.
What do you have going on that is that interesting, Nene? If you don't take you and Erin Hall's first married cousin and sit down or go stay on that boat, that trip y'all on, and have several, girl.
Yes, she really is being humbled by this
Probably
moment.
she should get with Portia. Like is Portia left the housewives, right? Maybe
Portia
they
is coming back. I believe Portia is gonna come back.
But
She
probably
has-
Nene could get together and say, talk about their fake relationships and call it the African connection.
Yeah, the African housewives.
I don't know, but maybe I could
Not
be.
do that.
Like I said, I married the African way before it was fashionable.
Hey, I just feel like
Shouts out to Cappy. Like, but my first husband was African,
mhm.
and like that, I was doing that before it was fashionable. Now it's like everyone has to marry one.
I just can't take her keep going after Candy like
Right.
Candy did something to this lady. I haven't seen an episode of Candy show, so I can't talk about it. But one thing you can't do is play with Candy and her money and her stature.
Right.
Candy works her ass off for every single thing that she gets.
Mhm.
Candy sit there and she put it together. She make a blueprint.
And you
She
know one
follows
thing I
it.
like about Candy? Candy stays humble.
Exactly.
Yes.
She could ate Nene up. Like she could eat her up like girl.
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
and she never does. She even gave you a job, girl. Like
Right. And you lost
you
it.
to keep coming for her like all the time, like, and you was on her from season 2 because
jealousy.
Candy was already established in who she was. Everybody
I'ma
knew
walk
Candy.
away before I get to blowing up on you.
Yes, before I get blown up on your ass.
Yeah. But like I said, she did this to herself. She burned that bridge. So I don't feel bad for her. Y'all need to stop inserting protect black women and everything. You did this to yourself.
Exactly.
So bad for you. Good luck at the BET show. I really doubt they got so many random people on there. I don't even know if that show is still happening because I haven't
Like,
heard.
is it?
Because she was saying that she was being followed, but you're allegedly filming on a public college campus around so many different people. Somebody probably is following you. I mean, it's so many people on campus.
Exactly.
It's open to the public. Anybody can walk on campus. So if you're going to do a reality show and you're gonna do it in the urban, HBCU.
Her whole cousin following her.
And they're not even following you, girl. Like at this point, you're just making stuff up. Like, ain't nobody following you, Nene. Go sit down.
But she don't like people going up to her and asking her, for pictures.
But this is what you want. You want celebrity. You want stardom. This is what it comes with.
But didn't I just say she treat her fans like they dirt? This is the problem. The same people you don't want to ask you for an autograph, you want them to make picket signs, strap on their boots, and march around for you, and send letters and sign petitions. Girl, please.
All I got to say, this is just a case of when falling off goes wrong. And Nene, you need to fall off gracefully. Like, you just wasn't that girl. Like, you could fool all around in Atlanta, but you're not that girl out there in the Hollywood streets. Like, no one's really checking for you.
So
you was ATL rich, not
like nobody's really checking for you like that. Like, girl, bye.
She's rich adjacent. She's rich adjacent. She still has to work. And yes, Claudia did steal her whole idea because I remember when Nene did come out with that video, it was poorly done, and she uses gay people as props.
And then she did one of these. She said,
but Claudia did take her whole concept.
She took her idea and ran with it, and now she's on 2 nights a week.
Yeah, and I do I don't watch it religiously, but I do listen to some of Claudia's commentary on that show and some of Funky Dineva's commentary.
And Michelle Brown need to have several seats too, because Michelle, she is not your friend. Only time she likes you is when she needs a blogger to put something in the blog for her. She treated Wendy Williams better than she treated you. So
I'm gonna tell you, I like Michelle Brown. I've experienced firsthand that she's petty and childish.
Is that the lady that looks like Gary Coleman?
She's the one who was roommates with Funky Dineva a long time ago.
Yeah, she looks just like Gary Coleman. It's amazing. I just like want her to say, "What you talking about, Willis?" Like she looks just.
She always posts Nene on her page. Always, she always posts Nene. So I remember I had posted a comment like, "Why are you posting Nene all the time?" And then she made me like a super fan or something like that. I said, "I'm not a fan of your page." I asked you a question.
Exactly. She is Nene's lackey. She only deals with her when she needs.
She does.
And Michelle Brown eats it up like she is somebody. Like, girl.
I don't even know what, her commentary like that. I think I watched like one of her shows, like one of.
You don't miss nothing.
I wasn't that interested, but I knew she looks just like Gary Coleman, and I heard she smells. I don't know if that's true or not.
Funky Dineva said that she used.
Yeah, they said that she was really funky, but Kaya said it as well.
Yeah, Kaya said she used to stink, and Funky Dineva said she used to stink. So,
and I think she went down. That's what happened. She went down to where Kaya was doing her live show at.
Hold on, let me
see. I think that's what happened. I was like, this lady looks just like Gary Coleman.
Let me get a picture of her. Let me see.
Yeah, she took her 10 years to give her damn interview. Like, lady, she not your friend. She was more friends with Wendy Williams than she was with you.
And Wendy was.
And Wendy said that wasn't even
Wendy Williams is no one's friend.
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying.
Wendy had to make it clear, like, girl, you are not on my level.
Let me see.
Oh my God,
you need to have several. Bye, lady.
Okay, I found her. I don't know what she smelled like now, but they said that she used to stink.
And then they say she was messing with Bob Whitfield.
Possibly.
Child, she want Peter so bad she could taste it. I don't care what nobody says. She want her some of Peter.
I think Nene do too. I don't give a damn. Because Nene
did used to flirt with him.
You did. And then she was acting like she didn't flirt with him. Yes, she was. Because when they had that show, when they did the, I think the Halloween thing and Kenya was hosting it, she was pissed that Peter went against her. Like, you was more mad at Peter than Cynthia should be. Like, you was like my man's going against me. You was pissed, girl. Those are some
exactly.
So this is the best.
And then when he Kurt told her about herself, she really almost died. She was like, hold up.
That's why she called him a bitch. That's why.
Yes.
He was getting in the women's business.
No, but there was more than that. That was a personal girl. Like, it was like you like somebody and they couldn't get
husband a bitch.
So you said she looked like Gary Coleman?
Yes, with a wig on.
They said she smelled like him too, girl.
But she's very childish, and she is Nene's #1 fan. She gonna.
Oh my God! I'm just gonna say what you think about Willis.
Anybody that don't like Nene or Nene don't like, she don't like him either. Yeah. She drags him for no reason.
Yeah, she just so her head should be straight to Nene.
Oh my God! I just find it so interesting when people look like other people. Like, this is Gary Coleman with a wig on.
She do kind of look like Gary Coleman.
She kind of. That's him. Like, it's.
Ask T.S. Madison. That's what T.S. said. That's who started it.
Yeah,
but she does look like that. Because when I saw her, I was like, because I'm a big fan of Different Stroke. I love Different Stroke. Like, I still watch it. Like, the drum mans aren't on them, and then when the Gooch came around, and I just love.
Her stroke is different strokes for different folks.
Right.
Well, the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. It might be right for you.
I don't know if y'all got to see our theme that Mace did. So at the close, I'm gonna play it again for y'all so y'all can see it. But I want to thank you, Thick Girl, for coming on again.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for talking about Nene, because that's what I was waiting for.
We're gonna talk about it because I put it in the title. Whatever we talk about in the title, I gotta touch on it some type of way. So,
I can't take her at all.
Nene, go fall off gracefully, girl. Like, just go sit down. You got your in there. Just go go to the Lenithia Lounge.
Or
like, you got your little piece of man.
You can do a little cabaret, like at the Lenithia Lounge, because the Lenithia looks like it's a good vibe. It looks like, you got your cigarettes, the cigars, and you smoking, you drinking cognac, and jazz is playing in the background. Like,
it's overly priced, and they said the DJ is horrible. But thank you, Thick Girl, for coming.
Lord. It was giving me like I said, when I go to Indiana, I gotta get down to the Lenithia.
So, Maze, what do you think about all the topics that we talked about? We talked about a few things.
I think Kerrion, he possibly could be the killer. I don't know, but I'm not gonna say no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say no, and I'm not going to say it because, you just never know what's going on. I'm going to need the ballistic reports. I'm going to need the forensic files. I'm going to need some dust for some fingerprints. I'm going to need the ballistic. I'm going to just need all that. And BENZINO, if this is what you like, if you're bisexual, trisexual, this is something new, I'm sad that she outed him like that because that was kind of wrong. Messy. But, come out, BENZINO.
He's already out. She forced him out.
Come out. Like, let your neck come out the shell. Push it out. And probably that's what was tucking his neck in tight. Him hiding. That was right. And now that he's out, it could stretch out a little more. And he's gonna feel free to, I'm doing too much because I told you I hurt my neck.
Don't. Yeah, I don't want you to get hurt.
Right, but BENZINO.
I thought that was actually part of your dress.
No, it's my neck braids. I gotta keep my neck stiff.
Well, you got you a black one, so it blends in. I thought it was part of your dress, actually. For real.
Oh my God! Because if I gotta keep wearing it, it's about to be the bedazzled. I will be dazzled in a minute. But I'm tacky like Giselle. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and be dazzled, make it look good. I want to thank Jay Rucker, T.C. Banks, Cleopatra Cha-Cha,
yes, Tina Miller.
Thick Girl once again for showing love. Thick Girl always shows us love, so I really appreciate her. Jay Rucker always shows love.
Yes, Jay Rucker.
Tina Miller. Am I missing somebody? Yvette, and Ebony M. Thank you for coming by. So I want to thank y'all. I feel like these cases, a lot of them are going to be ongoing. So we're going to probably do updates on these.
Right. And if you have any stories that you want us to touch on, you could email us or DM us. You can email us at letsgetintoitcrown@gmail.com. Or you could just hit us up in the DMs, Mace_Moreau and at Shadier Room.
Yeah, and follow me on Instagram if y'all want the information. So I keep posting stuff daily. Well, not daily, but almost every day.
Yeah, you're going to keep us updated. You're going to keep us laughing and updated.
Yes, I'm going to always keep y'all updated and laughing and looking at weird stuff all the time. So thank you once again. Thanks to Thick Girl for being our third panelist on the night. So I really appreciate y'all. And we are going to close for today. And we will see y'all next week for Mondays. We're doing Huntsville on Mondays. So this week is going to be good because the cousin's going to get into it. So
yes, because I want to see.
I want to see what happens. I want to see if they mentioned the bed bugs because y'all need to talk about what needs to be talked about on the show. So don't be itching. So thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. And for another night of Let's Get Into It, I'm Shady B, and that is Mace. Thank y'all. And have a good one. Be safe.
Bye.